Hello guys and welcome to another video. When they released the S18, Kingsong delivered one of the best performances in the suspension of an electric unicycle. With an appealing design but weak specs, the S18 was still a great success. Kingsong then upgraded to the S22. In spite of having bigger specs, that will require a lot of work in order to be usable. And now Kingsong is coming back with the S19, their upgrade to the S18. When Kingsong introduces a new wheel, it always looks fantastic. Is this wheel a great EUC or another high-maintenance wheel? Let's see what the S19 has to offer. In this video, I'm gonna review the specs of this wheel, and then I'm gonna tell you what I like and don't like about the S19, and finally I'll give you my conclusions about this electric unicycle. First, a big shout out to Jason and Ewheels for providing this wheel. Thank you very much, Jason. If you're looking to buy the S19, there's a link in the description below. So what are the specs of this wheel? It is a 100 volts wheel equipped with a battery capacity of 1800 watt-hours. It has a powerful motor with 3500 watts. This gives the S19 a top speed of 37 miles per hour. The S19 is of course equipped with a suspension. It is an air suspension with a suspension travel of 130 millimeters, so it means that it's quite great. The weight of the wheel is 82 pounds, 37 kilos. The S19 is quite lighter than all the recent new wheels we have seen in the past, and this is because it's practically made only in plastic. Around the wheel you can find LED lights that are quite reminiscent of the Gateway Nikola. At the top you can find a trolley and a display. This display is quite fun. It reminds me of old video games with its pixel loops. I think that you can find the same type of display on the S22. The wheel is equipped with two spike pedals that are quite grippy and not bad. You can also find a set of power pads that are integrated to the wheel. Combined with the two speakers on each side of the wheel, they form some kind of mandatory rear and front pads that are an integral part of the design of the S19. Finally, at the back of the wheel you can find a LED light rear light and the suspension brackets. You can also find USB power ports. Alright, let's go now with what I like about the S19. I like the looks of the S19. Its design is a variation of the S22, but in a more modern way. They went with black and orange colors. I don't know what's up with the orange these days. They put it in all these new wheels. I'm pretty sure I would have preferred a wheel fully black, but it's not bad. It's still okay. One feature that I really like about the S19 are its LED lights. They are all over the wheel and make this EUC quite visible. They are quite similar to what you can find on the big Nikola. There are multiple patterns of lights available and you can adjust the light according to the music you play on the speakers. I honestly think that these are the best LED lights I've ever seen on any EUC since a long time. I like the suspension of the S19. It's an air suspension, but it still delivers quite well. I think this is due to the linkage of the wheel. Paired with a 130mm suspension travel, the S19 ends up having a great suspension performance. Of course, it still can compete versus any sort of hydraulic suspension, like the Sherman S or the Commander Mini, but in my opinion, it's not a big deal. It's still good enough. I also like the weight of the wheel. It's fully in plastic, so it's quite lighter than all these other new wheels that have metal casings. Alright, let's go now with the things I don't like about the S19. I don't like the pad setup of the S19. it is by far the feature I dislike the most on this wheel. Basically, because of the shape of the wheel, you are forced to use the stock pads because there are no other ways to use your own setup. The shape of the wheel will prevent you to install any sort of pads, and as a result, you end up riding locked. As I was riding, the speakers were also hitting my ankles and it was really uncomfortable. I honestly don't understand why Kingsong was okay with that. These stock pads were constantly on the way. I couldn't ride the way I like with these. Another thing I didn't like about the S19 was its lack of power, or rather, its minimal top speed. The S19 can go up to 37 miles per hour. Going to this top speed, it's gonna beep. You're going to have alarms from 35-36 miles per hour. I've noticed that the wheel will also beep if you try to push it a bit hard, like for example during a quick acceleration. And this even at speeds lower than 36 miles per hour. As a result, I was constantly beeping on the S19. I don't remember a single ride without a beep. I don't really like to ride the beeps, so as soon as I would hear them, I would decelerate. It just made me understand that this wheel is not made for traffic. The S19 has a good build quality, but is mostly in plastic. When I look at the shell, the lights, the trolley, I can tell that if you crash this wheel, you're gonna pay for repairs. This is 100% guaranteed. So you're better off getting this wheel with a dealer that will provide you great support like Ewheels. I don't like the trolley handle of the S19. It's kind of weird, it's not locked at all. It's the first time I see such trolley on any EUC. If you jump the wheel or go down a curb, the trolley will move. It's not locked at all. Also, since this trolley is not locked, when you move the wheel with the trolley, you won't have a good traction. It won't feel firm. When you fold the pedals of the S19, they will hit the LED lights. As a result, the LED lights have already cuff marks on them and I don't think they're gonna last long. I would recommend to put some foam there in order to protect your LED lights. The S19 is not discreet and this is something I don't like about this wheel. Of course, it's more of a personal opinion. I'm sure it's gonna please someone else. First, the wheel is fully orange, which is not the most discreet color in the world. Then the LED lights of the wheel will always be on. I have searched on the app and I couldn't find how to shut them off. I really hope that EUC makers will always allow riders to shut off lights. They don't know the rider's use case, they have no idea. So why not letting them choose instead of forcing them to go in one direction? I'm in a whip, so I got a zone. They tryna talk, they not in the room. I've been so real, I'm back to the tone. They in the way, they gotta move. I got a gas, they running on fumes. Told them way back, it's something new. It's me and Dan, you gotta choose. I'm taking what's mine, I'm doing fine. Don't see the vision, they looking sublime. I hit my low, I don't got the time. So we went through what I like and don't like about the S19. In conclusion, who is this wheel for and what do I think about it? Well, I think that the S19 is clearly a beginner wheel. It's the perfect EUC to introduce new riders to the sport. This EUC has all the features that would attract new riders. It has a cool design with a fun display and nice LED lights. It is perfect for night rides and it shouts, "Look at me." If you like attention, this is the perfect wheel for you. With its great speakers, it's literally a disco mobile on a wheel. The S19 has a good acceleration and braking thanks to its powerful motor, and that's something that is welcome when you start riding. The top speed of 37 miles per hour is acceptable for a beginner wheel. However, I would not recommend this wheel for a more advanced use. Kingsong has successfully upgraded the S18 with this S19. It is not a wheel for everybody, but if it fits your use case, it might be worth looking at it.